set up something real quick. I'm gonna try to put it on my Instagram and Snapchat. Maybe get another viewer. Find out right now. Let's see. Okay, my videos. Should be up. Yep. Let's see. Okay, my videos. Copy link. Gonna get ready. Alright, I gotta put up the volume. I forgot how to add a link. Oh, I forgot. I don't gotta come through my TV. Go ahead and start this. So, I always wanted to kind of play one of these 8-bit horror games. What was that? Onion. Hold up. Let me open the chat. But yeah, like I was saying, I always wanted to play one of these horror games. Oh, you noob. Okay. When it came to the TV, it sounded like Onion. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete home in the single settings. Damn, you can beat this shit in fucking an hour and a half. I fucked up getting this game. Alright. Maybe we'll play it all. Turn up the sound, turn off the lights. Lights are off. I got a shitty headset, so sound's coming through the TV. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. Fuck. If I opened up my eyes and seen that, that'd be something. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. It's a pocket pussy. Whoa. Hey. Okay. So we could point up, not down, and move left and right. Explore real quick. Okay. That's all we could explore. That house. Where was I? Well, let me put this up some. Look at that. There was a body laying on the floor. Who was it? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. Okay, syntax. Fuck. One of Mauricio's cats roaming around here. Hold him now. Let's go downstairs before we leave this area. I noticed that I implied as I moved down. Oh, I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg?
Laughing.
I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out.
LMFAO.
Alright, so we're downstairs now. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. So this isn't his house then. He just woke up here. Check real quick if there's something back here. More stairs. Okay. A thing. Gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Ooh, should we free it? Yeah or no? You guys decide, Marisa. Do you think we should free it? It's a rat in a fucking trap. Or should we let the cat eat it? Get some food.
Yes.
Okay. He ran into a hole. Jerry over there running away from Tom. Okay, fuck. Maybe I'll go back upstairs.
Free the little nigga.
Yeah, he's free now. But yeah, I should have went over here first. Before I go down. I didn't know it would keep continuing. Hey, finally got my PC. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yeah, I opened it. You already here. Receipts, pins, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Hold on real quick. Okay, there we go. Blood on the wall? It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Maybe we're the killer? Little dance, little Fortnite dance. Okay, so we read that book. Did we go through that door? Let me check. I don't think we went through the door.
X-Files theme plays.
An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. Looked like George was here. The smell was turning my stomach. Is that another rat? A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? I feel like these decisions are important, but there's no reason to take it, so I'll leave it. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. Could you like come back and get it? I just want to check real quick. Yeah, you can. Okay. I'll leave it behind. I don't think we need it, just in case we do have it in inventory. The mega condom. No. Oh, we can interact. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were cracked in the damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in the shed? How the fuck would I know?
Laughing.
I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it'd be moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push a switch? Yeah, go ahead and push it. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a fairway click somewhere. Okay. Something must have opened somewhere. Alright. Wonder, is it going to be hard to see? Well, everything's pretty much highlighted. So hopefully I'll be able to see it. I don't remember anything being locked though, so maybe it's like downstairs. Check this.
Shit, these graphics look better than a PS4 does.
Alright. Nothing unlocked over here. Go downstairs now. Oh. That was a little spooky. I didn't expect that. Maybe this? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck, but the smell, I guess, it led to the kitchen. Yeah, right? I don't even know what the fuck that was. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Oh, this door. Really spooky. I think that takes us downstairs. I'll check that after. Let's go to the other room real quick. I just don't want to skip nothing important. Oh, the tape's gone now. Someone moved it. I thought something was moving. Here's something moving. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Key card. Ocker. Last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. So okay, we'll probably have to come back to that. Something moved over here though. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm kind of afraid of like a jump scare. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. Thought there was blood on it, not mud. Check in here. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place.
Not gonna lie, the graphics give me a raging hard-on.
I feel the same way. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Or maybe the tip of a penis. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Okay, that's the furniture. I mean... Well, yeah, this side-scrolling. Maybe his world's like this, like his universe, but I think anyone else would just walk around there, or maybe move that light-ass desk and filing cabinet. But okay. We had the strength of an infant. I heard something else move. Okay, we gotta go down. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yeah, move it. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yes. My leg hurt like hell as I climbed down that ladder. The tunnel below was even darker and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. Oh. Okay, we could go back up. Footprints in the dirt look like more than one kind and a lot of traffic. So there's been more than one people down here. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Damn, I don't think I skipped anything. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it. Did I? Yeah, take it. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Better to have that than nothing. Okay. How far down are we going down? It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Rusty ass ladder. I don't know if that takes us down. No. Some kind of homemade rack slunged together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was cracked with old blood. Oh, caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Hopefully we don't find out. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind. Or corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Another ladder. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. It looked like blood. Or rust, one or the other. I'm gonna go back here real quick. I skipped this part. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and eligible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. So, Heavy Hell Rudolph. None of it made any sense to me. Yeah, me either. Well, it was a door. Good thing I came back. Like a skeleton. Yep, there looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. Who put them here? Okay, that was it. The little door thing kind of reminds me like the first Resident Evil. Well, there'll be a fucking loading screen on each door you open.
I put them there. Emoji smiling face with open mouth.
You dug the bones there. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? I feel like maybe we're in his conscience or something. There wasn't anyone there. Was I hearing things? Fuck, I didn't hear anything. Now I hear something. Like an alien. Oh, bats. Okay. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Can we walk over it? Okay.
You're in the Batcave.
Yo, I heard something whisper right now. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Fuck, hold up. So I left. Okay, guys, should we take... Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, we could take the rope. I thought it was gonna, like, take us up. We'll take the rope.
ASMR session.
ASMR session. I had the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. Let's just hang ourselves and we'll be like that guy. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. There's probably just like dead bodies down here. We really seen skeletons. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. Well, let's go in. Okay. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably from the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough, and it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. I feel like maybe he's remembering his past, but I feel like we're the killer, maybe. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Ladder or door? Let's take the door first. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Exit? I really don't trust this fucking exit sign. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yeah, I take the knife. I slipped the knife to my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Why put it in your boot? You'll probably get infected with it. Dude, there's hella... Okay, that caught me off guard. There's hella doors now. Okay, do you guys think we should check through all these doors first, or go to the ladder? For now, I'll go through one of these doors. Okay, there was...
Oh shit.
Let's see, smell from inside. This one's open. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Me either. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Yeah, turn it. I hope it's not gas. Maybe it was for one of the doors. Nope. Another one. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Yep. Turn it. I feel like we're gonna die by turning all these. This one got stuck. Sounded like it anyways. That's 4, 3,
Laughing.
2. I think 1 was in here. Yeah, that was 1. Okay. Probably from Airwars in these sewers. Okay. Guess these doors didn't do anything. Still locked.
That shit look trash LOL.
Yeah, it did. Wait, it looks trash. No, it don't. This is a pretty cool game. Pretty intrigued already. Okay, now the exit open. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. That's what I did. I turned all the valves. Oh, wait. Maybe I was supposed to have them off. Let's try going up the ladder. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. Hold up real quick. Okay, never mind. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yeah, take it. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Something else? I did not want to keep digging through this mess. Okay. Nothing up here then. I think I got everything else. I want to say I did. Try the valves, maybe turn them off. Or I'll check it one more time. Okay, I gotta turn off the water. Door was locked, musty smell inside. Well, we're in the sewers. It's probably shit. Alright. Look like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Okay, that one's off. I guess I missed one. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Okay. Oh, maybe someone unturned it, maybe? Okay. Because I turned all these. Oh, okay. The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? Yeah. Will I turn off the water flow in this valve? Alright. I thought I would just turn it off in one try. Guess not. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yep. The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? Yep. Okay. So now... double check. Now it should be off. Yep. Oh, I thought I could like walk off the edge. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Maybe someone's in there. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Could you use it there? Couldn't help but wonder if someone was watching me from the other side. So there has to be a room then. I found another dead body, a sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Hell yeah. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. Fuck, don't say that. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. Alright, so we should be able to lock the doors now. I don't think... I kind of want to go back. I'm going to go back real quick. I used the keyring to unlock the door. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. I wondered what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on the VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Yep. God damn. Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. Fuck, we're about to get fucked up. I couldn't stand to watch that video again.
Oh no.
Yeah, right. Our cheeks are about to get clapped. I think if I was right, there's another locked door over here. feel like I'm gonna get lost. This one? I tried a bunch of the keys on the key I have found on that sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. Alright, cool. This shit sounds like radioactive. It says killer. The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies had been found in ravines in the forest, and in one case, dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? Maybe someone lives down here? A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. Grab one, my friend. Check one more time. I think there is one more locked door. No. Okay. So everything's checked so far. We'll go back to where we were at. So on the videotape it showed 2 people. So right now there's 2 killers. Oh, bitch. I'm not gonna lie, that actually got me. That kind of like made my heart jump. Had me thinking. Looked like the water drained out of that gate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it?
That got me too laughing.
Yeah, man. That shit hella got me. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd shaped, I had no idea what it might open. The key to my heart. Okay. Can't remember if we went in here. I think we did. Yeah, we did. Alright. Are you watching this with headphones on too? I got it coming to my TV, but I know if I had headphones on, that shit would have fucked me up. Oh yeah, this is a dead body. The camera looking in this room only made me feel more claustrophobic. Oh, okay. About to get spooked. Sounds windy in here. It's frio. Would I need that gun or that knife before the end? Both weighed me down and aggravated my leg as I climbed that old ladder. The thought of that videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those clippings away in that locked room? Suddenly, the awful smell of that sewer gave me way to a pine-scented blast of fresh air. Oh, we're outside. Hey! Dude, there were eyeballs right. Yeah, there's eyeballs right there. Something's watching us. Okay, there's the door. Let's check. I don't like that sound. Ladder. More eyeballs. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Or fuck, I don't know. I kind of want to go back. There's more still. Okay. Let's just stick to this path. Let's try to go up that ladder. Arrow pointing to. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. More bats. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yeah. I slid the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. But it didn't even say how he got here, though. He was just here. That's broken. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. Oh, so maybe they were watching us already. Okay, let's just keep going this way. Somebody's watching us still through the back. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had becoming strangely chilly. Dude, there's like so many ways to go. I thought something was following me. Okay, now this is a building. Okay, I'm gonna go back real quick before I go in here. I just don't want to miss nothing. If anything, I'll maybe make this a 2-part video. Probably finish it tomorrow. Just because I don't really want to skip in anything. Okay. I was relieved to be
MOG
above ground
grinning
again.
face.
I figured I should keep moving. Oh, I was going the right way. Okay, cool. Hold on real quick, I got a text. Okay. So we went up there, we went over here. We're going the right way, so that's cool. But I don't think we came over here. Nope. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Ooh. Bitch. Okay, hold up. Let me go back. I didn't expect that. Dude, there's more paths to go to. Okay, let's go all the way to the end. See what we see. A dry old picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees. It had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I'd found. If I wanted to, I could have carved something on that table, did I? Yeah, carve. With a few crude strokes, I etched a simple design into the wood, R plus H. I felt like a teenager defacing the table. I thought you were going to put something more important, not that bullshit. The path ended in a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? Fuck, yeah, let's try crossing it. Hey, we live. My controller's vibrating though. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hastily shallow grave between the trees. The younger looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. I had no idea who these girls were. I didn't touch the gravesite. Did I? Yeah, touch it. I tried to arrange the bodies so their clothes covered them better. I closed the young one's eyes, shivering at the sight. Touch. With a few nearby sticks, I created a head marker so the police could find them later. Dude, I feel like we're gonna get blamed for like the murders and shit. What were those women doing out here? Hold up, I'm getting text messages. Sorry about that. Okay. Did I wade back over to the... Yeah, you gotta go on the other side. If not, that'll be where the game ended. Alright, cool. I don't like the little bush thing. It looks a little creepy. What was that? Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yeah. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Another path to go to. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find my way around. Oh wait, was that the same building that we were going to maybe? Okay, there's another path. Dude, there's like 3 more paths. A few embers still burning within the fire pit. I thought of the 2 girls across the river and had to collect myself. Maybe it was them? I felt like the whole forest was watching me. The cheap looking 2-person dome tent only made the hairs on my back of my neck stand up. Had this campsite belonged to the girls? Okay, let's check. And more paths, of course. No, no, no. No. Let's check in here. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. There was a damp smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? No, we already passed it. I don't think we, or I'll take it still. I don't think we need it. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. I don't see the plank.
Foul.
I feel like the first building I ran into, I could have went in there. I thought it was like a huge building. Kind of want to go back, but then again, we went back too many times. Kind of lost too. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Hold up. Let's go back. So I found the exit. As long as I don't lose it. Okay, there was somebody else walking around. There was some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Yeah, I read it. Inside the cheap dollar store notebook, there was a page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. Rachel's his wife, I think. Rachel, her name was last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. The names Daphne and Olivia had been crossed out in the same blue ink. Cheryl, Heather, and Rose had also been crossed out, but these marks looked older and much faded. Oh, maybe his wife got killed. That's what I'm trying to guess. A terrible tragedy. I just got a trophy. Yeah, I think his wife got killed. Okay, that's the old building. Cool. We're going the right way to go back anyways.
Hit list maybe.
Yeah, probably. The bench. We should be going the right way. Okay, there's a river with the girls. Keep texting me. Can you buy me earphones? What the fuck? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I think this is the way to the other building. Yeah, right here. Cool. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the discrete structure. So we're at a train station. Something's dropping. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels has similar locations marked. And the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Trying to have sex. We're prostitutes. Oh, we're outside now. Okay, where the fuck are we? More eyes. I don't like the little eyes. The old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal, as well as the broken fence was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looks significant, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell, I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks with somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. It's getting colder out there and I had to keep moving. Okay. So maybe they were shooting at the train? Some cowboys? Red Dead Redemption style? Okay. Kinda glad I came back. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of the old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer looking sheets covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using the old station for? I still feel like we're probably the killer. If not, we're gonna get pinned for it because we got the gun, the knife. Then our fingerprints are on the girls' bodies too, because we dug them a grave and shit. Read that. I think we came to this one. Probably not. I think this is a river. Yeah, it's a river. That's the picnic table. This is to go back. So it's over here.
I think so too, lol. We fucked ourselves.
Yeah, we really fucking touched them and shit. And then, same thing, our fingerprints are on the videotape, the knife, the gun, the girls. This is a campsite. I think we came to here. Maybe. Oh yeah, this is the toilet, the fucking bathrooms. Oh yeah, and here's the exit. Cool. The forest started to thin out a bit, and though the trees I could make out parts of the town beyond and the first hints of light. The mysteries of that forest were behind me, but I could still feel them on my neck like a warm breath. Those girls I had found, someone had taken them from their campsite and had murdered them. Was it the same person who had left that odd notebook? I was even more eager to get somewhere safe and to find a way to reach Rachel. Rachel better give us some head. Amount of shit that we're doing. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. No, there was somebody following me. I know that. And then the eyes we seen through the fence. Fuck. Let's go through here. I think he just fell on that shit. I found the body of a security guard, just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Oh, the one in our hands. Dude, we gotta be the killer. I saw the blunt wound on the guard's head and looked again at the flashlight I was carrying. Oh no, please. Oh, they used the flashlight to kill him, I think. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet and now this. Did I retrieve my watch?
Laughing steals the flashlight.
Yeah, probably killed him with it too. The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Gotta have swag. My man, you gotta have swag. Okay, he's dead. I don't like these door noises. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that was. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Like us? Looking around for shit? The door was locked shut and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Danger, closed for repairs." There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, shaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. We probably got to get fucking fuses. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Yeah, we gotta get fuses now. That one's locked. Time to find some fuses. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellowed clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes too, and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. That has to be him, because he used to work in this area. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? Yes. That would have been nice if the fucking lights turned on. The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yes. Yeah, I learned my lesson with the fucking panels seem to be working. With the valves, I didn't know you had to push it more than once. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. Was it Rachel? A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push a switch? There was 5 of them. So this is the second one. The panel seemed to be working again. It's not all the way down though. But okay. It was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot to the side. So now I gotta find the key card. Okay. Our old break table, the layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Somebody else. Another panel that I hope could help me get the fire back on. Do I push the switch? Yes. Great, this one was working. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Someone probably got killed with it. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes. I slipped the key card into my pocket. Panel, turn it on, push it again. Still didn't work. Okay. Another panel that I hope can help me get the power back on. Push it. Good. Sadly, you can't skip the text. You gotta wait for it all to pop up. So one more, and I would guess it's with the room with that needs a key card. I would imagine. It sounds like something's starting up though. Oh, right here. I struck with the hammer at the old wooden board, which came apart easily. After I had removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Yeah, I hear bells going off and shit. This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. Dude, okay, so now it smells like booze, and we keep finding booze and shit. It looked like it had been torn open. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed.
The door opening sound effect fucks me up, LOL.
Yeah, it gets me too. It sounds fucking like eerie and creepy. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. It was probably our house. Fucking the power thing wasn't in here, so it's behind the room with the key card, which I think is over here. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Yep. I slid the key card through the old reader and turned the handle. That was a different noise. What's that? Oh, another ladder or something? There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? Yeah, jump. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. Look at his legs, they're already bent. See ya. Go get that checked out, my man. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily, and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? I mean, I guess. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was need to. Okay, ballpoint. The hit list had a blue pen, so it's probably the same pen. Just don't drinking need Norman. Who was Norman writing to? How are you? Something over there, but it's just the door. I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell, of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman, who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was, and I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road to get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turn off to the factory, if I remember correctly. No, can we go back? Ah, dude, we didn't go through the room with the fucking switch. That sucks. And I don't know where auto saved that, so.
RIP.
60 miles per hour? I'm fast as fuck, boy.
You're limping now.
Oh, I am, huh? I didn't realize that. The way he's walking too. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yep. I cleaned the card off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card, and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Again, it hasn't even rained. I had entered Norman's place. There was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet, except for the faint sound of a television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. It looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed the key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Well, Norman's dead.
He most likely dead.
Yeah, most likely. I hear the TV. I think it's in here somewhere. Yep. Yeah, he's right there. The TV still flickers some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker, and one of the few friends I had in this town lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he had been shot trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, you deserved better than this. Did I close his eyes? Ah!
Fuck LOL.
Dude, I feel like our fucking fingerprints are gonna be over everything. He got shot. We have the gun. Do we close his eyes? I'm gonna go ahead and close them because we really touched the girls and all that shit. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. We gotta be the killer. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through the mess, did I? Yeah, I dig through it. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. That's probably how we opened the door. Kinda wish we could turn off the TV. The Despite the shock of already finding Norman in that state, seeing this turned my stomach just as much. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. She was sleeping with Norman. I bet you that's what happened. What was it doing there? Was she okay? Rachel, you little hoe. Something dark stained on the sleeve. My stomach was tightened further by blood. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal.
Laughing.
One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Oh man. What do you think? Should we put it back in the cabinet or should we keep it? It's your call. Right now I'll put no, but if you think we should put it back, then I'll go ahead and put it back.
Fuck him.
Fuck no? Okay, keep it then. I think that's what you said. Let me open up. Okay. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Kind of like Fallout 4. The journal store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Well, why was her jacket upstairs with Norman? The register was mostly empty and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. Well, not too long then. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. What had I seen? Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. I didn't even know how he could be involved in all this, but the thought of him laying on the floor up there was sickening. The only comfort I had was the gun I still carried, but was it really a comfort or a curse? The rain was coming down hard, but at least I was close to home. It wouldn't be long before I got my answers. Oh, we're heading home. Well, I mean, the game is called Home. TV, doors. Okay, let's go through the first door. I'm still mad we didn't go through the fucking power door. I didn't know going through that door would fucking lock us out. Locked tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out, and if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I take a look at the letter? Yeah, go ahead. There was no return address, but the envelope used address to Norman. Carefully, I tore it open and looked at the letter inside. It read, "Stay away. She's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. Okay, we have to be the killer. So we have to be talking about Rachel, I would imagine. So that's Norman's house over there. This one was locked. Hold on, there's blood on the wall, I think. Ah, I fucked up again. As I entered our backyard, the rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Can we go back? I never did fix this gate. It was stuck. I needed to press on. There was no turning back at that point. There was blood on the wall back there. I wanted to see. Maybe there was someone there. How big is your house? I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside.
Was Norman on the list from the camp?
Was he? I can't remember. I think he was. I don't know. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, raged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. We're gonna find Rachel in here, watch. I remembered having breakfast here, on this very table. Was that yesterday? Or sometime before? Let's check this first. The door to the basement, it was locked. Where had I put the damn key? Locked out of your own house. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked us up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yes. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? Had to be a while then. I wonder what happened to him. The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. It was locked from the inside. What do you mean you can't go out? Everyone's got like a 3-story house. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of the better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yes. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Stolen identity was a trophy I got right now. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but then it was too late. Check the other areas. I don't like the little breathing sound. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Well, you should know. It's your house. We're gonna find Rachel somewhere. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. Dude, we gotta be the killer. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remembered it from that trip we took out west. Did I open the suitcase? Yes. I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase contents. Inside were a few days worth of clothes, some toiletries, and a train ticket. Where was she planning to go? Okay, the train got shot up. This wasn't getting me anywhere. Okay. Starting to make sense. So we killed Rachel. Our hallway mirror had been smashed in pieces, scattered around the floor. Remember we looked into a mirror? I think I heard something too right now. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. I remember we went into a bathroom too, but they said it was really clean. We were lucky enough to get a house in one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. I don't really like those bathtubs, like those old-ass ones, because you gotta lay down in it. You can't take a fucking actual shower standing up. Unless you're gonna use a fucking scooper to pour water on you. It has to be in here. Rachel? No. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the key. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. Dude, so basically we're like starting from the beginning now, but I guess he's finally realizing that the quote-unquote man's house was his house, maybe? I think this was the one that was locked. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. We just got a key, didn't we? Oh, let me check. I could have sworn we just got a key. I think we did anyways. Did I miss the door? I don't think I missed anything. Hold on, let me check real quick. Particularly seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. Maybe we got set up or something, but I still feel like we're the killer. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Sounds like maybe he was like in a bad relationship. Could have sworn we grabbed the key, but I guess we didn't. Through here? Oh, I unlocked the basement door. Of course, the fucking basement. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it was to unlock. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I had put this divider wall last summer so we couldn't create a separate room in the basement. And the fish, yes, the door was stuck. Oh, remember when we went through the man's house earlier? There was a skeleton in the wall. And he's saying he put up a fucking wall. I say he covered up the body most likely. The drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Rachel has to be in here. Rachel's in here because I remember seeing the skeleton. The second skeleton was the one we seen through the wall. But I don't think we were in the basement though. We probably gotta go get that heavy thing, break through the wall, see the skeleton. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? Drunken rage. There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Hey, it's working out. Fuck, man. It's gonna be Rachel. I don't know, boys. I feel like a fucking jump scare is about to happen. You guys ready for this door? Or a wall, I mean. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? What does that say? Don't look. Don't look. Dude, I'm scared. I'm kind of scared right now. The filthy looking power rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes watery. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had to come this far.
I'm scared too, laughing.
Dude, hell yeah. I feel like something's gonna be by me. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Wait. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yes or no? Do we have a decision? If we find Rachel or not? Let's go ahead and click yes. Wrapped within the filthy rags, pale and still was Rachel. She was covered in fading bruises and what looked like cuts. Her chest was a horrible mess of blood and dirt.
Oh fuck.
And I couldn't bear to look at it. The knife in my boot, the gun in my pocket, were they the tools of her murder? We were to kill her. I thought about all I had seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. So we're going to sleep. Just like when we woke up, I remember I did that thing, Grime Discovery. Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travels books and find some place to go. Are we trying to escape now? No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. Sounds like it. It was my wallet with its contacts intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Was it a dream? Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Yes. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contacts. But what does that mean? You were the killer. There, that was the side. So okay, so it's like a decision-making game. I think if I would have clicked no on Rachel, it wouldn't have been Rachel. Within the few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Let's check these rooms again, because it didn't tell us that last time. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like cold comfort then. Sweet rolls. Mark will put in the group chat. Oh, and hey, Uni Thomas. Welcome to the video. You kind of caught us at the end, but so far, piecing it together, I think we're the killer. It was the key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yes? It must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. I don't think it was Norman. Pretty sure it was us. The laptop had finally run out of power. Okay. So we did fall asleep for a little bit. It was a letter I had taken from the postbox. Who had it out for Norman? Who sent him that letter? It must have been someone from the neighborhood, or at least somebody wanted it to look that way. Yeah, it was you, boo. You spooked me, my man. I wasn't sure what to think. Did he murder Rachel? I know it was us, but I guess let's blame Norman. Maybe whoever sent that letter wanted to stop him, or do the deed himself, but I was sure it was Norman who killed Rachel in the end. You bastard. Norman, I trusted you. We both did. What was going through your head? Why would you possibly want to do that? Despite his betrayal, Norman got what he deserved. Yeah. But it wasn't me who killed him. Somebody else obviously had gotten to him already. So who sent that threatening letter? It was you. For now on, I have no one to get angry with. Maybe for stupid things like buying this TV. So see, now he's getting mad at Rachel, saying what Rachel said was stupid. Okay. I think we got a room over here. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I had left it somewhere. Okay, we are come back to that then. I leafed through the notebook and I had taken from the forest. In it were the names that had been written down. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, Cheryl, Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, Rachel. So Norman wasn't on the list. Those poor girls, were they victims of the same person who had killed Rachel? I wondered what happened to the other names on that list, or the ones scratched out on that desk in those wet tunnels. Maybe it was Norman, because his name wasn't on it. He did get killed. It seemed like I had seen all there was, and maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Fuck. Hold on, let's check the front door real quick. The mail still sat there, heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? There was nothing for me here anymore, no reason to stay in that house. Did I leave, never to return? No. I felt like I had to think about it a bit more. Okay, so we can leave now. Okay, so you guys think we should leave, or should we go to the basement? What do you guys think? This is the backyard. Oh no, it's not the backyard. There would have been no more.
Go to the basement.
Here. Fuck. Okay. Well, we'll go to the basement. There would be no more dinners here, no more chit chat over breakfast, at least not for us. I feel like something's gonna crawl at us in the basement, like Resident Evil 7. But let's try it. We'll go to the basement. Spooky time, boys. No footsteps going down here. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Do I pick up the knife? Yeah, let's get the knife. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. He's ready to stamp somebody. If I wanted to end it, I could do it. I could do it with that gun. Did I pick up the gun again? Fuck, yeah, let's get the gun. It was like carrying an anvil, but I wouldn't let it go. Not again. I don't remember letting it go in the first place. I needed to put an end to the situation one way or another. Oh, is Rachel in here? I needed to put an end to the situation one way or another. Or is that all we needed to grab? I guess that's all we needed to grab. I can't go through here. That's where Rachel was. Okay, I can't go through there. So let's go through the front door now. That would make sense why we leave now, because he said he has to put an end to this. Wait, we didn't find the code for the safe. Hey, look, I sat down at a table and stared at the gun in my hand. It didn't seem so heavy this time. If I wanted to, I could use the gun to finally end this. The question was, did I think I deserved it? What was he trying to do? Kill himself? Did I? Was this my fault? Did I deserve to die? Fuck. Yeah or no, guys? He might kill himself. We might be able to go through the front door. I don't know what's going on. I want to say it's his fault, but we'll click no. Just no? Okay, we'll click no. No. As painful as all this was, I didn't lay the blame on myself. Okay. What else happened? Stabbed again in my hand. Okay, it's just the same thing. So we could come back to this again. So I guess there's different endings to this. I'm pretty sure we clicked yes, he'll probably kill himself.
Foul, shut the fuck up.
Hmm? Now we can go up here. So, if I could find the code for the save, maybe I could still open it. Man in the house, was he responsible when I woke up? I had found him dead already. Oh, maybe we're dead already, because he said he found the man in the house dead. And I'm thinking we were that man. I want to see one more time if we could find the code. Kind of want to open that safe. Thinking about things like that made me sick with grief.
When he said it wasn't his fault, you mumbled shut the fuck up laughing.
Oh. Yeah. My bad. Damn this town. We only wanted a nice place to settle down, not this madness. If not, I guess we're just gonna go through the front door, because I'm not gonna find the code. That was inside it. Books. Fuck. I kinda wanna find the code. I made up my mind. The laptop was dead, but I found some notes and loose paper in a drawer where I had found the key. There was a yellow sticky note with an 8-digit code on it. Okay, we got the code. Good. What kind of phrase was that? Oh, I didn't even read it. Fucking idiot. I said it was a phrase. Was it? Oh no, that's the bathroom. Okay. I think the code's over here. Or the room with the safe. Where? The code I found should have let me access the safe. Did I try to open it? Yes. The code worked. I pulled open the small safe door and peered inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we first had moved to town. In it, we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy though. I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? Yes. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter, written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, "I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me too. Well, maybe you can. This isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can get better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream, a quiet place to get established, to live out our lives, and to be together. But you know as well as I do that things quickly change. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours. Well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but it's probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way, Rachel. See, so we are the drinker. That was us that drank. Because we kept finding booze bottles when we first started and stuff. Hold up, I got a text message real quick.
Damn.
My bad. I got a text message. So, I guess the front door now? Or should we go to the table? I don't know. Your call. Kill ourselves or go through the front door? What do you think? That's crazy though. I kind of had a feeling maybe it was us, but I mean,
Front
it's all,
door.
okay, front door. It's pretty obvious that it's us. This was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. But I had the gun again and that knife. This wasn't the only way to end this, I knew. But did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Yes. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plant had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even drinking. But I swear I had to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was a final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in that house tonight was a final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. Even the man I had found in that old place was a mystery. We were that man. We were dead. So I wonder, is this like in his head maybe? But we're dead. Why was he dead? Or who had done it to him? Why was not something I could even begin to understand? Or why, for that matter, I was in that damn room in the first place. After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people. But who was it that was attacked? I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts but knew I had been to that forest and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I feel like we killed everybody, but who was with us when we killed someone at the sewer? I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that would cover my tracks, so I'm going to be blamed for all this. Fuck no, you'll probably still be blamed. Even more troubling were those poor girls I had found in those terrible woods. Half hidden in a shallow grave. Their secret death seemed like the ultimate defiling. If I hadn't found them, would anyone have done so? Would they have ever been missed? I vaguely recalled the desk I had seen in those tunnels, the names etched there. Someone had killed those girls. Was it that man? It was clear at least that Norman had been going back to the old plant. Maybe he was the one who had boarded up that locker room, who had been drinking up there in that secret.
Damn, laughing, that's some extreme sleepwalking.
Yeah, just fucking sleepwalking all over town. So had he killed that guard then? He must have. Maybe he was found out, or the guard had caught him on patrol. Damn it, Norman, why? After the factory, I thought I could find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I found were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you rotten son of a bitch. You got what you deserved in the end. I realize that now. I thought we were all friends. What had happened? What did she do to you? Or was it what she didn't do? I didn't know what happened to him exactly. Maybe he was murdered, or maybe he took his own life, but it was difficult, if not impossible, to feel any real grief. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I had started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked to think of it now. When I entered from the backyard, I knew something was wrong. I could feel it. No sounds, no movement. It was like the entire house was been holding its breath, waiting for me. But Rachel, oh, Rachel. No one could have been prepared for that. Norman, I will never forgive you for what you've done. Your death is no comfort. I only wish it could have been me who made your breath your last. For whatever reason you had, I could never have fathomed that this would be the end. My Rachel was dead. She was gone. And soon, too, I would be. As I swung open the door and stepped out into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. I hear something talking. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inherent, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who would I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should.
WTF is that noise, lol?
Yeah, dude. Oh, I could have sworn I thought something was gonna pop up.
Shit is spooking me.
Yeah, same here. It started to get me. I thought something was gonna pop up right there at the end. He mentioned the police at the end, so I would imagine they would show up. But I don't know. Maybe I'll replay this again and try the different ending. I'm sure there's more than one ending. I would imagine, because we blamed Norman, but there was an option to blame us. There was an option to say it wasn't Rachel. An option to
You
kill
should
herself
do
at
another
the table.
playthrough.
Yeah, I'll probably do it again. Maybe not tomorrow. Probably next week or something. I have another horror game, but
Yeah,
the other
don't
horror
pick
game I
any of the
got.
weapons.
Yeah, and don't touch anything, huh? Don't take anything. Try it that way. Damn, this is a pretty good game though. I like it. For $5, it was better than the last game I think that I was playing. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna get off now. I'll probably stream again tomorrow, or if not, next Friday or something. All right then. Have a good night, guys.
It was fun being here, see.
Oh yeah. All right, good night.